Authentic spiritual practice is subtractive. What do I mean by that? As long as we're busy adding things, trying to add things to ourselves, to our lives, to our practice, to our mind, to our character, we're in a never-ending game of speculation. We can't see our character. We can't see the self. We may see evidence that we've been able to add, in big air quotes, some kind of beneficial quality to the imagined self. For example, we sit in meditation and we deliberately cultivate compassion, and this can lead to patterns of behavior that are more compassionate. This is wonderful. This is a very wholesome thing to do. If you have the choice between cultivating compassion or cultivating pleasure-seeking, then indeed, compassion is the wise choice. But what if compassion is your true nature, and you don't need to do anything to cultivate it? What if all you actually need to do is get the hell out of the way? I first heard this invitation to get the hell out of my own way following 3 or 4 years of very dedicated practice in the Theravada tradition, in the Thai forest tradition, and a lot of this was about letting go. But there was still a subtle doing being recommended. A deliberate trying to shape bad thoughts into good thoughts, which of course means to shape a bad self into a good self. But in the deepest teachings, we are told there is no self. Who is changing whom? Who is it that is watching the thoughts, judging the thoughts, then changing the thoughts? And who remains afterward? There is nothing wrong with relative level teachings. There is nothing wrong with deliberate practices. But when I heard that invitation to simply stop, to simply rest naturally without seeking or describing anything, to allow the mind to settle into what is naturally occurring, and when I heard that this may be all that is necessary, I had to check it out. I had to find out, am I really good by my nature? Am I really compassionate? by my nature? Am I really wise, kind, loving, happy, effective, when I simply leave myself alone? When I simply do nothing and allow for that that contrived sense of self, to simply dissolve again and again. The answer is yes. The more I relaxed, the better things got. Now, this instruction to rest naturally without seeking or describing anything, most people find difficult. And the reason for this is that we are chronic doers. We are trained this way, conditioned this way, brainwashed this way. Indeed, almost everyone who comes to the spiritual path comes with the question, what do I do? What do I do to fix myself? What do I do to get enlightened? What do I do to escape my flaws? The recommendation to stop doing is difficult to even fathom, given our history, given how we feel. And so what we must do is experiment, is take that simplest and most profound instruction to rest naturally without seeking or describing anything, and test it. This is what I did. Can I rest? Can I appreciate my true identity as the awareness in which all my thoughts, feelings, sensations, and experiences appear? By holding this as a question, rather than trying to do something about it, I found opportunities in some places, and I found challenges in others. Many students of mine will say things like, Dan, I can rest when I'm speaking with you, but then I go to work and I encounter that annoying colleague and I'm right back in all of my old patterns. And I say, great, good seeing. Good seeing. Now we know where your practice is to be done. Keep resting where and when you can rest. When you feel you can't rest, rest in and as the appearance of being unable to rest. then if that seems outside your vocabulary, then we may apply a more deliberate practice, a more relative practice for working with that resistance. And these practices too only need be very simple. For example, the simple deep breath on encountering that colleague, or simple mantra repetition. And the mantra can really be anything, repeated word or phrase in the mind that encourages calm. This is a demonstration of applying ingenuity to one's practice, beginning with the simplest and most profound instruction and working back from there to see what is necessary. What is necessary to subtract everything that can be subtracted from my experience. Because indeed, if we are interested in truth, friends, inarguable, irreducible truth, the truth that would be equally true on an alien planet, among an entirely different set of languages, customs, and religions, then the only reasonable course of action is to subtract and see what remains. Let go of your thoughts. Let go of your ideas. Let go of your conceptual frameworks. Let go of your assumptions, your interpretations, your judgments, your labels, your descriptions, your biases. And see what remains. When those things do arise, when those things do appear, look right at them. Dial up your resolution. Watch how they come and go. Never quite the same. Only in low resolution do your experiences appear to be the same. One moment, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week to the next. If you find that it's easier to dial up your resolution during a sitting practice, then sit. If you find that it's easier to dial up your resolution when walking, walk. Or do yoga, or dance, or play music. Whatever gets you there. Do mantra, focus on your breath. Formal practices, relative, deliberate practices, are ultimately only for helping you to see what is as it is. May you take these instructions with you throughout your day today, and may they be of profound benefit to you. If you liked this guided micro meditation, give it a like. If you want more of these kinds of meditations, subscribe. Drop your reflections in the comments, and I'll see you next time.